Hello and welcome back to another episode of Honey and Bloom. My name is Jessica.
And I'm May.
And today we are doing some fun fall baked goods. We are actually going to be making soft pretzels from scratch.
All right, guys. So one of my slightly hidden talents is I like to bake, and my sister here is always down for the trip, so I love that about her. So I'm going to take her on a little journey today. We're going to make pretzels. So we're going to start with the water. We need water, which is about 1.5 cups. And then we're going to add in some yeast. Okay, and now we need to give that a good old stir.
How much yeast do you put in?
That is 7 grams of yeast. So if you get the packets, it's going to be 1 standard packet. Okay. And then we're going to give that about a minute to do its thing.
So one of the things that I appreciate about cooking is you don't have to measure things out. So baking is a little bit tricky for me. Do you have any helpful tips for me, May?
Yes. Your number one biggest resource when you're baking is going to be a scale. Invest in a good scale and make sure that if you're weighing things in a dish, you're zeroing the dish first. And what that means is, like, for example, if I was using this to measure out my flour, I would put this on the scale before I turn it on. When you hit on, it's going to zero it out. So whatever you put in there is going to be an additional amount of weight, which is going to keep track of how much you need.
That's a great idea.
All right, so the next big step we have here is putting the butter and the salt in there. I'm sorry, the butter and the sugar. There you go.
All right, so we did let the yeast sit for about a minute just to activate, and now we are...
There you go. I cooled my butter just a little bit too much.
Butter is melted and cooled, and we're adding this in.
Okay, now.
Next is the sugar. I was gonna say, hopefully I did those two things right. At least it was pre-measured for me.
And then go ahead and do the salt as well.
Right, just a little bit, a little pinch of salt. Oh, there we go. Real professional.
Okay, so go ahead and mix all that together really good with the whisk or with the spatula there. Okay. All right, now this is the fun part. So another big helpful hint I have is having a KitchenAid. They're very expensive. It's an expensive purchase to make, but it truly does make it a load easier to make just about anything. So with me today, I have my dough hook down here. And you want to use a dough hook as opposed to the flat hook that they have. I call it a paddle brush, but I call it the paddle. And that one there makes it harder for dough to stay in a ball. So you want to have this one right here. All right. Let's go ahead, and we're going to start by putting this on our little turner here.
And get this out of
So we're going to put this on there. And then we're going to slowly incorporate in our flour. So I'm going to let that stir for a few moments. And then we're going to grab this and slowly incorporate in that flour.
All right. I was going to say, your mixer looks a lot prettier than mine. I just have this stainless thing.
This actually came with a stainless bowl, but then my lovely husband got me this awesome bowl last year. It was a nice purchase.
I love it. Does all this go in?
Yeah.
How much?
So this here is about 3 3/4 cup of flour. In total, this is about, I think it's 375 grams of flour. We want to incorporate it all in, and then at the end, if our dough is still sticking, if it's not sticking, or sticking too much to the sides, I'm sorry, you want to keep putting more dough in. Because the goal is to have your dough ball not stick to the sides. You want it to be kneadable. I like to kind of keep going. Put it on there.
I'm so nervous.
I know you too. You're doing great though. Okay.
There's only a little bit left. That's right. Gotta be a little messy.
It looks so good. Okay. So it's kind of all coming together right now. All that stickiness is going away.
It's looking good.
Okay.
I see like the flour on the side, so you put that in there.
That's okay. Yeah, we'll get there. So now it's way too sticky. See how it's not even in a ball consistency? We're going to want to add a little more flour in. So I take my 3rd cup measuring here and my lovely flour jar. Keep adding in about a 1/3 cup.
The whole thing?
Yep. Okay. It's going to incorporate itself in there. And it's going to solid off the ball a little more.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
smells really good. It smells like sourdough. Oh, it's starting to look good.
Yeah.
I feel like a kid baking with her mom. I'm like, doing a good job, Mommy. You're doing great, baby.
So the fun thing is, my kids always want to lick the bowl, but with this, they learn the hard way that this doesn't taste like cake batter. Could put that out a little bit more.
It's wild how it like separates and then comes it all back together.
So imagine if we do this by hand though.
No way.
It takes the longest time. Your arms will hurt. It feels like you've been weightlifting all day. I definitely appreciate having my mixer at these points. Okay, so that's starting to look really good. Look at the bottom. You breathe. Alright, add a little bit more in.
I don't know how little your little is.
That's good, no, that's good. I'm gonna let this continue to mix for a few more minutes and then we're gonna let the dough ball rest.
It's starting to come up off the ground at the bottom now. Well, I can say it looks good and it smells good, so that's a good start. And I helped.
You did most of it yourself. You didn't even eat me. Now watch, my sister has this magic that she does where if I show her something, she's gonna find out how to do it better than me. She's gonna kick butt with it. She's the next Betty Crocker now. Okay, so that looks incredible. Okay, have you ever kneaded dough before?
No.
Oh, you were gonna learn today.
I've eaten dough before.
It's a little bit different. Okay. So now all of our ingredients are put together. Our dough ball is gaining some shape here. So what we're going to do next is we are going to take the top off our mixer. Oops. And remove the dough hook. And it looks like it has a shape there. If you see it, it looks like it's kind of all come together. Everything's nicely incorporated. The next step here is we're going to cover the dough ball itself with a towel for about 5 minutes, maybe even 10, and let it rise up. When you see it rise up, after you check in that 5 to 10 minutes, you'll know it's good to go. We can start kneading. So we have waited about 5 to 7 minutes and our dough ball has finally risen. It is looking good so far. And the next steps are... Okay, so now we're gonna flour our surface here. All right. Anything can be a two-person job. Okay, that's a little bit much, but it's okay. It's better to go big or go home.
I floured my surface.
Flour your surface.
This is why we keep me out of the kitchen.
No, you do a great job. You know the funniest thing? She says that, but my sister actually cooks every night just about.
Yeah,
so,
I do.
Whereas my kitchen's more for decoration. Okay, I'm gonna let you have the satisfaction of taking it out. It's the fun part.
All right, let's look at it though, because it looks so pretty. Oh goodness, it's a lot heavier than I thought it was.
Yeah, that's good. You can leave the residual in there if you want. Okay, now we're gonna knead. Here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this dough ball in half, and we're both gonna knead. Okay, take it like this. Kneading is where you take it and you're gonna push. You put a lot of flour down. Move some of this out. It's okay. All right, we're gonna take it and just kind of knead it outwards like that. Keep on going back up. Keep on doing that.
It's like playing with Play-Doh. So what does the kneading do?
The kneading?
Okay, I didn't know if you knew.
No, I have no idea. It says you have to do it in all the cookbooks. That's what it does.
Okay.
I think it just kind of preps the dough and gets it ready to be, you know, made into something.
Okay.
Okay. So, now's the fun part.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. All right. So get a little bit more in there. We don't want it to be sticky at all. Sticky dough is hard to work with.
Okay.
Okay. But you don't want it to be too dry because then it's hard to stretch out and make into something. Okay. Now, you're gonna take your dough ball. Take a little piece off. I would take about. You can probably make 3 healthy pretzels with that. So.
With this?
Yeah. Like this. And you're gonna roll it. You want to take it and roll it so it's kind of like a long.
Mine is not working.
You're doing okay.
I'm
It's
smashing
okay.
it.
You stop.
Why is mine not? Okay.
Okay, wait. I think the problem is look how much flour is on yours. What have you done? Get rid of that flour.
Okay. After May helped me with my little pretzel roll because I used a little bit too much flour, we're now back in business.
A lot of bit of flour. But that's okay. It's okay. We're keeping Pillsbury in business.
Yep.
All right. So now we have our, like this rolled out and it kind of looks like a long worm. So what you want to do with this is we want to shape our pretzels. So what I do, and my husband has a much better way of doing it, but I'll show you my way. I take it like this and you do this and then you fold it back down. And it's a little pretzel.
Aren't you supposed to be like, whoop? Nope. I thought it was like a little whippy thingy.
No, that looks great. You did awesome. So now we're going to take these and just kind of set them to the side for now. Because we're going to have to put them in water with baking soda. And let it boiling water with baking soda.
Oh, mine's sticking to the...
So now we don't have enough flour, see? Life in moderation. Okay. Now I have to keep the flour over here because someone gets a little flour happy.
So just sprinkle your flour. Don't dump it.
Yeah, don't dump. Okay, let's try it again. Let's keep making some shapes.
All right, so...
And if it's easier to make your pretzels like the way you did it, not the way I did it, then do it your way.
I'm not sure what's easier for me.
Yours looks better than mine though. It looks amazing.
I need to learn how to roll a worm first.
Roll a worm. There's a science behind it. So my husband got me this awesome cookbook. And it's like a Turkish cookbook. And it told me how to shape my pretzels. But
very cool.
I kind of like how yours look too.
That's like what they show you to do on the Annie M pretzel thing.
Really? Is that where you got it from?
Yes.
All right, so I want to try it your way now. Let me see.
Okay.
No pressure.
I was gonna say, is my worm too thick?
Yeah, it's too thick. Your worm needs to be not thick. It's okay, just you're doing great.
You keep saying that. I don't feel it.
Just look, mine's a little crazy.
Can I I'm just gonna rip some of this off.
We're like the Bob Ross in the kitchen. It's just a happy mistake, honey. It's just a happy mistake.
It is a happy mistake.
Okay, ready? Okay.
Is it too thick?
Now, how did you do it? No, it's fine.
I
Let's just
did like crisscross and then
Applesauce?
crisscross and then I reshaped it. But mine's too thick.
No, it's fine. Just write it out. It's okay. Look, now mine looks deformed because you said something. Okay.
The little guy.
Maybe we should try making them a little bit longer, and that would make them look less. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not so scrunched up.
Limiting your flour intake.
I was gonna say it's probably a good thing. How did we end up getting so close over the years when I am the oldest sister and you are the baby and there's 12 years in between us?
And there was also, what, 100 and some miles between us for
Yeah.
the last 2 years?
221 miles.
Yeah. So Jess lived in Philly for the last, how many years?
17.
17 years, yeah. And she just finally moved back closer to me here in New York. So obviously we stayed very close throughout the years. One, because we have a lot of the same things that happen in our lives.
Yeah.
And obviously she's my mentor for all of that. I come to her for anything and everything. But I think another thing is we have a lot of the same interests.
We have a lot in common.
Mm-hmm.
Between our love for interior design and clothing, shoes, fashion in general.
Our kids.
And love for our family, absolutely.
And entertaining.
Yeah.
That's
We've
definitely-
done lots of parties over the years.
Mm-hmm. I would say also just kind of always being understanding, and you're the person I call if I'm stressed out and vice versa. I feel like we just have a really solid relationship. So plus we're willing to try things with each other. So like, this is out of your element, but we're doing it.
It is. It's very much out of my element.
But you're doing awesome. You're probably doing better than I am, actually.
No, I'm not.
Who made that one? Was it me or you?
I did.
It's okay. I've seen worse.
And we can take each other's criticism.
That's very true. So the next step in making pretzels, I'm just going to kind of say it a while, is we have to boil water on the stove. And you're going to take, it's about 8 cups of water. And then you take a half a cup of baking soda and you dump it in there. And you're going to let that kind of boil for a bit. Now we're going to drop the pretzels that are formed inside of this water here and prep them to be baked. Alexa, set a timer for 30 seconds.
30 seconds, starting now.
So, do you want to elaborate on our pan, Jess?
All right, so we did put some parchment paper down, and since the pretzels do stick sometimes, we did spray it with an olive oil spray quickly. So as May pulls them out and lets them dry a little, we're gonna prep for the next part and get ready to bake them.
So the next part, while the pretzels are still a little damp from being boiled, you take a coarse salt and you're just gonna sprinkle it on there.
I think I can do that.
It looks really good. You did a good job.
Let's start higher up.
You know, if you're really into salty food, let Jess sprinkle on your pretzels. Okay, now these are all ready for the oven.
All right, so after a fun night of baking, we made some pretty amazing pretzels. Are you ready to try them?
All right, let's give it a go. Which one do you want to go for? I think I'm gonna go for my twist.
I'm going with the little baby.
I'm gonna break my twist. Okay.
They're really warm.
They're really good. Mm-hmm.
I say 10 out of 10. I would definitely make these again
Absolutely, these are amazing.
with some help.
They're made with love. Okay.
So I just wanted to say a huge thank you to May for teaching me how to make these. You are amazing, and I'm so thankful for you.
Well, thank you for trying something new with me today. I appreciate it.
I
All
love
right.
it.
So like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time on Honey and Bloom.
Bye.